Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Wham! Please remember that Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by a generous sponsorship through StreamYard, and that should be showing. We'll see if it will or not. Maybe. 3D. Anyway, by the Independent Creator Directory. Yes, IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, musicians, flatters, formatters, proofreaders. Basically, if you have a dream where you're trying to make a project and you need the right people to collaborate with, to pull your team, this is where you go to find them. And friends, if you're looking for a stable online platform where you can be present, go to indiecd.org. And apparently my system is not letting me click through things. We're going to have a little bit of lag. I may have to do some things, but it's unresponsive. Okay, there we are. Looks like we're back, mostly. No, I'm frozen. Well, I can't tell if I'm broadcasting or not. My whole system froze. Yep. I got a viewer change, so that means something's going on. I still don't have whether I'm live. Well, I'm going to assume I'm live and be right back because we are having system errors. And of course we are. Maybe. All righty. Hi, folks. We are back in business, it looks like, and I am going vertical on you guys. Sorry about that. But I may have lost quite a few comments. We're going to try to make things work while we sort through all these shenanigans. I am back to the emergency phone method because everything crashed. Sorry about being that. Please pass the word that we're back up. But I can do this. I just have to do it all from my phone. So we have a lot of announcements, a lot of things I want to talk about. Sorry about this. The windstorm has completely taken out my main internet. Before we get into the rhythm, so indcd.org, indcd.org is where you should go to get your funding. Yeah, to earn stuff, guys. You can make a lot of money. You can make great connections. We can get there. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. My ongoing set of Western manuals of defense to help people learn how to sword fight. We're also still highlighting my latest publication, Through the Thinning Veil, 7 great stories to chill your bones, with a long lost story coming down the pipe later. I don't have access to all the comments, but I will go with what I have, and we will go through there. But before we do that, we have some announcements, and I will get into the accountability. Announcements. Huge shout out. First off to Cindy Kep. Happy birthday, Cindy. We hope you're having a wonderful birthday. And our dear friends, Mike, Jimmy, Lorcia, DeBron, and Lowe's got married today. They just got married. I am so excited for them. I think it is utterly delightful. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful time. I do hate the screen format change. I tried to fix it. My phone is not being cooperative. It happens. Now on to my accountability. And thank you guys for the patience, and pass the word around that the show is back running, even if it is in a slightly, look, I lost some weight at the convention method. But we are back. We spent the last weekend over at the lovely event LodgeCon in Peatone, Illinois. We had a delightful time. There were some interesting things about this convention, but I do recommend it to anyone who's related to gaming. It's a family friendly, which had some interesting points, but it's a great convention. We had a blast. I demoed BSR left, right, and center. I got to do I want to say 4 on-site art commissions, which is fairly good. I have an additional one that I will be doing digitally, which hopefully my computer will allow me to. If not, I get to go do some very elaborate things. But we're making it work. And that's what it's about as creatives. We went out there. It turned out to be only an hour or so away. It's not terribly bad. Hour 15 for the site because it's the Will County Fairgrounds. Now, one neat thing was it was family friendly, and it was geared to allow the vendors time to play games. So the vending halls were open from like 9 to 5 on Saturday, and something similar on Sunday, and something similar on Saturday, which gave us, a chance to theoretically go game. Now, it was surprisingly busy. I think 450 some odd people went through, which is not bad, given that we had the intense fog that many of you who are coming back from Iowa had to drive through as well. But it was, great. The format of free for the attendees to come in and $10 to game seem to work really well, and that's something I am totally not planning to cabbage for most of what I do. It's set up my own conventions. I'm always looking to learn, and that's what we're supposed to do. The other delightful thing I got to do is spend a vast amount of time with the Kankakee App Guard folks. Now, longtime viewers know that I am a Western martial artist, and I love to associate with lots of different groups. And I got to talk to these guys. We had a blast. Some of the names will hopefully be showing up in the chat later. The whole experience. I'm still a little shoddy tired because while the event technically ended at 5, we stopped for food and we did some things, and then came home early and hung out with my brother. So I was up much later. So I am in very much post event draggle. But we sold fairly well. Not as much as I would have liked, obviously. The first day was rather slow, but I think the event was a success, and it's certainly one I'm planning to go to next year. Now, I know some people, because it was a little slow for the first part and some other things that happened, will not be coming to it. You know, I heard rumbles about that, and that is okay. But the other great thing is I met some great authors, some other great people. I have their business cards. I have to process everything before I talk about it. So you'll probably get a more clearer discussion on this one Wednesday, when I'm not fighting, hopefully, the same technical difficulties. We're getting hit with 25-mile-an-hour winds right now. So I'm not really sure on the signal stability. Let me pull this back and try and get as many of the comments as I can to come up so I can go through that. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your patience when we have these technical difficulties. It can be a whole thing. However, StreamYard is very versatile, and being able to switch to my phone made life kind of nice. Now, I will be doing art. I may stream it. I don't know. Well, my plan was to stream it, but frankly, while I'm dealing with whatever's going on technologically in the background, it may be challenging. So we shall see. It was weird though. I've grown accustomed to doing shows with Trelena and Joe Bachman, so it was very strange not having them around. It was nice we saw Fawn. I always mispronounce her name because it's rather long, but she was doing cosplay with her sister. They did suffer some minor wardrobe malfunctions that were unfortunate, but other than that, it looked like they had fun at the convention. It was really neat because the first day was kind of rough, and the second day was so great that it just overshadowed everything. So, rolling through that and getting through that was very educational for me, because I'm used to doing 1-day conventions. So doing 2-day conventions is something I'm getting more and more into. The trick is how do we bounce when things go wrong, and what do we do right? One great thing we had was we had an opportunity. A gentleman, well, two gentlemen, very delightful, Mythic Gaming, I believe. I have their stuff, and I will be probably putting up business cards of awesome people at some point, maybe on this channel, separate from what I do from my streams. I haven't quite figured that out. They did a cost for cost trade because they liked Mandy's dice bags. So literally, Mandy's entire stock of dice bags went out, and then she got to basically skip through her gaming supply stuff and spend it on MSRP stuff, for what we got over there. It was great. I love seeing vendors barter. We got some new tips on uh, merchandising. You know how you set up your display, what works, what doesn't for some people. We got to rotate some of our stock and reevaluate what stock we need. From the business side, this isn't as exciting. This isn't as fun, but it does work, and that's what we need. You have to learn at these things. So even when you're not making money, you're making connections, you're making stuff, and it was a great networking con. I don't know if you heard Xander. He's having trouble getting his morning ritual set back up. It was a long couple days, but we had a great time. We stayed at the Holiday Inn Express in Bourbonnais, and that's as close as you can get me to pronounce it because that word triggers my mental the dyslexia and squishes. Even though I know how to say it, I've studied French, but they were delightful. I also want to highlight slightly more expensive than we're used to because Will County just is more expensive. There's a Chinese place in Miatone, I think it is, called New China. Great food. No, when you're going to a convention, it's right off of 50. And all of this was right off of 50 in Illinois. So we had a really delightful time. I'm going to be talking a lot more about it as I'm more cohesive, but it means that am up to 3 scheduled cons, and they are so far, by the look of it, almost quarterly scheduled. So I'll be looking for a 4th one at least. I'd love to find a good gaming and geek con in Lafayette because I'm kind of liking this roughly an hour or so away, hour or two drive in cardinal directions and just branch out that way. This seems to be working for me. I'd love to know what's working for you guys. I know a lot of you are much more travel, but the budget allotment may be different for a lot of you too. So share con advice. We'll be redesigning some tables. We'll be doing some other things. What you like about cons, what you don't, what helps. Because I want to host conventions. I want to do more and, stagger it. I don't think I'd ever want to go more than about one a month, even if at my most busy, because that's a lot. And I don't think we'll do more than a 2-day con because I think any more than that might be more than my son can be comfortable with. That's okay. When you get to talk to like-minded people, it is amazing. And I had such a blast because I got to talk to these Amtgard folks and they have grown so much. I'm going to have to do a whole thing on that for the Historical Fencing Guild and talk about that because these are great folks. I'm also, as an announcement, I will be very soon setting up to do, as soon as my digital system is restabilized, I'll be back taking digital art commissions because I just need to get back into doing that. It's too profitable and too simple for me to do. So that's coming down the pipe. In other accountability, I still squeezed a couple notes aside for Haints and Hellfire. It is coming. It's just, I'm going to see if I can get it out. Maybe if I get a good run we'll say by Christmas. I'll give myself that much wiggle room because we're coming into the holidays. I want Hates and Hellfire out by Christmas, definitely no later than the end of the year, because I need to deep dive some big stompy robot stuff. People are asking for it. And the people who know about the big expansion I need to do, we'll be planning regular gaming sessions to test that. This is good stuff, guys. Now, I'm going to run, if it lets me, I'm here. I'm going to run Joe's ad in thanks for what he does. And then we're going to get right into your comments, because your comments are always more interesting than mine. And
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know.
Hi.
This is one of those technical disaster programs, and I hope you're enjoying some Schadenfreude.
Hi, I'm Joe Bachman with the Independent Creator Directory, and today we're going to talk about signing up for the Independent Creator Directory. All you have to do is go to indiecd.org, that's ndcd.org, come over here, click on Become a Member. From now through December 31st, it's only a $5 fee to sign up. After December 31st, it will be going up to $40. Originally it was $20, but with the cost of the server space and everything, we're needing to up the prices to help keep the lights on. But for the 1 year anniversary of IndieCD, we have dropped it to $5. Also, if you go to my podcast and listen to the first episode, you can get a 50% off coupon to be able to sign up for as little as $2.50 right now. If you have any questions, though, feel free to reach out to me at jbachman@indiecd.org, and I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. The $5 is still the lifetime membership, just like the normal price of $20. I still do all the setup for you. You still get access to the blog, and you still get access to the calendar. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, Joe. You're going to hear rather strange things. This is my computer's trying to update and work around me because I still have to address the problems I had. But now I may have lost some of the comments in the shenanigans. That's the StreamYard based comment. The one comment I don't mean to click on. We will see where we are. I also don't have timestamps, so we're just going to manage it. Wokebreaker says, not first. Hail, Alec. Hey, Alec, again, please repeat your comments. If I miss your comments, I am not ignoring you, just huge technical difficulties throughout the day. And morning, Trey. It is so good to see you, my love. Hope everything's going well. And IndieCD is trying to contact Wokebreaker about the email. Yes, and we got mornings. And good morning, Trolling. A long time no see. I still think we need to pitch in for that exercise equipment for Trelena to help her with what she was doing. Oh, yeah, sorry, I got busy this weekend. I'll get you back that info. No problem. See, this makes me happy because it means right now people are doing business on my show. Do I know you would have been And good morning, Donna. Hello. Morning. Just coming over from BKM's No Warning show. I had no internet show, so I was working very hard on that. Morning, Carl. I wonder if there's more coffee downstairs. Leaves the dust cloud as a cartoon. Trey. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was incredible. I will be going over it more concisely. I'm still kind of the slightly strung out from the road and everything else that's going on. Waiting to see what happens with Alpha Core #1 with Chuck Dixon. Orders go live in 8 minutes. Chuck always does well, so I'm not worried about that. Excellent. Always, Trey. Birdcage Hail Chat. How's it going? Morning. Gonna go live to talk about my character, some kind of let's see if that works. And some of at Birdcage's stuff as well. That's great to hear. Welcome IndieCD. Waiting to watch Joe add your profile sometime. Yes. All are welcome to join in our open mics anytime. Great to know, Woke. And I need to update my press kit for various things. All creators need a press kit, at least a write-up about themselves. I've been asked for it when I go to shows and need to get it in shape. You know what? Thank you, because I'm going to add that to my little pile of notes here. Develop press kit. Thank you. And we've got more greetings. More greetings. We missed BKM's show. Well, I nearly missed the show myself. Matt, Carl, we just opened Nerd Chat. Come on, by the way. That's glad to know, Woke. Beat Witzman Dudes to BKM's show. Okay, Woke. Guess my body needed sleep. The dawn is risen. How are you doing, love? It's Morphin time. No, it's Tockert time. That's right. And when things go wrong, as things do. You can either submit to the issue or you can rebel dramatically and not allow hassle and problems to stop you. Something that updated with Windows 11 has proven too much for my box. The system is just not liking it. So I'll be enlisting the help from the Joey signal at some point in coming days to try to get this goable. If not, I'm going to have to set up the emergency box from Carl and do something else. We will make it through because that's what we do. It is always about adapting and overcoming and fighting. And thank you to all the good folks who have endured because I appreciate it. Let's see. Calvin let me sleep until 5:30 this morning. He must have been tired too. Wow, the time change screwed up a lot of us. Yeah, being in the wrong time zone and a time change during a convention was a thing. And that, you know what? I think I'm literally suffering jet lag right now. That would explain some stuff. Oh, my system is completely froze up. We'll deal with that later. I'll unplug it because it won't do. We've got morning, and it's time for Nick. Adjust your volume. Started reading a new book last night, something about purple VW bus and hippies. Ooh, I know that book. That's one of Donna's books. I'm trying to remember the title. I'm sure that the title is Woodstock Dreams. And we got greetings, and there's the link for Stephanie Michaels and Donna Carlene and Carl Witzman, Woodstock Dreams paperback. That's cool. Hello, Nick, muted just in time. It's going to be an energetic show. The energy is there, folks. You know, we're rammed, slammed into the wall, but it's there. And we've got lots of greetings. And try and enjoy whenever you get a chance. We got to get together. Like, just put that in the pencil and let it run. Hey, Grant. Hey, Dawn. Please think about dropping a like. Yes, especially with all the hassles I've got going on. Etsy coming in fine. Oh, great. So my screen, rainbow gradient. Oh no. Oh no, the gradient's up. I need to upload. It's almost the end of the show. Yeah. At Comic Con I went yesterday, says Grant Lankert. My favorite comic artist came up to my booth, and I was so nervous I couldn't remember the name of his comic. Oh, don't you hate when that happens? Did you get the audio done? Not yet. Poor Grant. Did you recover? Fanboy happens. Yeah. Gave him the last copy of Memoirs. Awesome. It is always cool to be able to do that, to give your stuff to the right people. Let's see. Nice. I meant latest. Oh, okay. That works too. Did you tell him that was an homage? Anyone else imagine Nick taking a sword to his computer in the background? The temptation is eternal, guys. There's that word again. Like Fibber McGee's closet over here. Speaking of, I used that word when they asked about my costume at HoloCon during the costume contest. I thought about you when I said it, Grant. Yep, Lamau. We missed Fawn too. You missed Fawn and her sister, and you would have enjoyed the costuming. We have one more week till back to Beowulf. Sounds like a great con. It really was. It's per day suburban, and that's how the locals say it. And I can say that as long as I don't think about reading it. But thank you. And hi, Alec. Welcome back. Welcome back. Did they take your blood? Yes, the vampires loved me. Oh, that's Friday. Friday I have to feed the vampires. Hey, Alec. I'm surprised that we're talking vampires and Jack H is in here. Those bummers. Yep. Hey, Trelena. I got food in me now. Good old McDonald's. Well, that's food adjacent. Come on, man. Where we get to the Zebro story origin? Yeah, people want to know. 3 more days till I turn 16. I want to have something ready for you. It will depend on my system. Carl, it's been working on the whole press kit thing. Yeah, that's a great idea. Ooh, I have a great outline on press kits and how to organize. If at all possible, send that to me. I would love to see it. Wolfbreaker, yes, share. We all need it. I need to pay Don in Munsey credits for fixing my press kit. Oh, yeah. Maybe I need to start a Get Don to the other 2 cons in Georgia GoFundMe. That's not bad. Oh, woke. I'm scared of that. Nick has plans. Well, I try. And thank you guys who have stuck around through the horrible technological shenanigans. We will make it work, but right now I think it's time to run an ad. So let me just find. It is Cindy Kep's birthday, and I haven't seen her, so I'm going to run her ad, and then we'll get back to your comments in a minute. Cindy Kemp is an amazing creator, amazing author, an amazing fiber artist. She does amaguri, and it's really, really great stuff. So we really want to support her and give her a happy, happy birthday. Alec has continued. Oh, Nick, though, I got these swag pants coming in. I think you're going to like them a lot. I'm going to wear them to RPG night. Can't wait. I'm sure those will be great, Alec. What I like to see, guys, is the cross disciplines of what we do. Wow. I think it's really important that we all realize that as creators, we are not wearing one hat. You know, people think, oh, you're an author. Well, that's nice. To be an author in this day and age, not only must you be a well-written, you know, have some basic understanding of prose or poetry, and be able to get that on page. You have to lay it out. You have to format it. You have to find some means to publish it, either getting through tradition of submission and acceptance or denial, or just working through. We have to be IT people. We have to be marketers. We have to be merchants. We have to. The independent creator is one of the most versatile creatures on this planet, and I think it's a beautiful thing. So I really think that we need to give ourselves credit, because sometimes we're going to have days and runs where things just don't work. No matter what you do, you could be doing everything quote unquote right, and you'll fall flat on your face. And see, I'm not one who's going to sugarcoat that. That's a real thing. But, you know, one of my favorite statements is, you know, fall down 7 times, get up 8. It's a Bruce Lee quote. And that's it. You only have to get up. You only have to get up one more time. That's the trick. When you fall down, you only have to get up one more time. When things are wrong, you only have to get up one more time. but there's always one more. As long as you keep one more in the chamber, you always have a shot at having success. And when things go wrong, you learn. And you need to focus on that. I know at times that can be a lot to ask, but I want you guys to focus on that. I want you to take the time and learn and adapt, because one, just because something has gone wrong in a day doesn't mean everything's wrong. Okay? You can reset the day in the middle of the day. You can stop and go, well, everything's gone wrong. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to reset, maybe eat a cookie, maybe breathe, do something, take some exercise, breathing exercises, do something to ground yourself, and come back at it. Because I'm going to tell you, I have met incredibly talented artists. I mean, earth-shakingly talented artists. And they do nothing with it. And then they wonder why they fail. I've met people who are, frankly, artistically subpar. Their writing is meh. But they put their nose to the grindstone and promote and push and drive, and their stuff makes it. It's not, what we do is not a, it's not a sprint. It's an endurance race. It's cross country. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to fall flat on your face. I won't lie to you about that. And here's the shocking thing. Good. Right? I'm going to say it again. Good. You get some scars. You fail. You lose. Because that is when you learn. And if you're feeling awkward while you're learning something, I just saw a wonderful TED Talk by a gentleman from the FBI who was talking about how they do advanced training. If you are feeling awkward, if you're feeling kind of out of your element, that is the time to push. That is the time to stop and say yes, because that means you are where you need to be to learn something. Okay? That is when you are growing. That awkward feeling is literally new synapses firing off. Okay? So you need that, because it's not easy. And I live by the flags I fly, friends. You're looking at me on a vertical format because my system crashed midstream. It sucks sometimes. But that's why we keep going. If you want to get better, there are a couple things you got to do. But the first one is keep going. You cannot get better without putting time behind the wheel. You want to be a better driver? You have to drive. You want to be a better artist? You need a stylus, a pencil, a something in your hand doing it. Want to be a better writer? You better be writing. You do not improve through inaction. You improve through failure. Each failure that you undo, each failure, each bit of emotional damage that you hit, friends, that is a single strike of the hammer that is forging you from a molten lump of metal into a weapon of mass creation. And that's what I want for you guys. So I know you're going to fail. I know it's going to hurt. I do all the time. But if you keep at it, it gets better. It starts to become simpler. It's not easier. I'm not going to lie. Life is not easy, but it is simple. If you do the work, you get results. If you want to learn, seek expertise, and then listen humbly. We do not live in a nation that promotes humility. We do not live in a nation that promotes expertise. because right now we are bombarded with a message to essentially worship appearance and youthfulness. And to do that, you have to constantly consume. You have to constantly buy. As somebody who sells books and games and things, I understand it seems odd that for me to say it shouldn't be about consumption, but it shouldn't. What I do isn't about making a product to sell. I'm not a factory. Everything I do is a ramp to the next level. It is when I'm doing the show, it's to be a footstool. I know I can't get you guys much higher. I don't have the breadth. My systems fail. I am a humble footstool. But if I can get one person up to the next level, I've achieved something in this universe. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right here. When I make my games from the mindset of, what if somebody wants to learn how to play tactics games and doesn't want a degree in gaming? Because that's what it feels like to learn the new RPGs and the new tactics games that I see. Gatekeeping through complexity. That's not how I roll, friends. I'm the gaming ADA. I want there to be handrails. I want there to be a ramp. And a lot of times, my goofy ADHD self, yes, I can play complex games. I can do complex things. But it shouldn't be a job. Because if I'm doing my job, I'm making those things. Art should be welcoming. It should be simple. There are people reaching for the pillars. That's fine. I like my humble art. It elevates and invites people to create their own. My sword books are the same way. Start at the bottom, now you're here. I'm all about that goofy little song. But humanity learns through mistake. Humanity learns through dedication and sacrifice. In other words, you don't hear kindness. I blow people's minds because occasionally at a convention, if I see somebody who I think needs either a picture drawn because they've had a day of it, or an item off my stuff will greatly help them, and they either don't have the money or they're in a situation, I hand it to them. Because there are times where that's something I'd want somebody to do for me if I was having a bad day. That's something people have done for me. So, you pay it back and you pay it forward. When I work at convention, and it's true, if you pay attention, I wander the whole thing. I've got my selling hat on, which I literally can't show you right now because I could not get it to fit in screen. I may do a post-convention extra special tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Wednesday, when I have the time to really deep dive it. But I think what people need this Monday are encouragement and truth, because I don't give toxic positivity. I don't say, well, when it's going bad, just smile. Nah. When you fall down, sometimes you have to be swearing when you get up. You have to be cursing. You have to be crying. Sometimes you're bleeding when you get up, literally or metaphorically. That's not the wrong way of doing things. That's the human way of doing it. Growth always comes at pain. And change is only made possible through the viscosity of tears. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the other thing we live in that I see is that people and society tries to punish you and demonize having sadness or disappointment. You are allowed to be sad. If you feel sad, because that's the only way to let it go when you're done feeling sad. You have to take emotion, experience it, let yourself say, I am angry, I am sad, I am whatever, I am rhapsodously in love. And as that hits you, feel it, experience it, and then move forward and let it do what it needs to do. Okay? Most of the time, they move on. Love sticks around. But that's what we're here for. And that's why I do the show, because I love you guys. I say it at the end, and I've been saying it more and more. I love you, and so should you. Which sounds silly. And it sounds a little saccharine, I admit it. But really, I do. Because I associate with people, and I love them. But sometimes, when the camera turns off, they will spout the most hateful things I've ever heard out of anybody. And I'm saddened by that. But hating them back will not help them see that there might be a better way of doing things. This isn't that hippy dippy, fun love. No, this is love that understands that I'm a dad. Okay, I have a father's love, which means I will tell you, don't go up. When your kid's little, be careful. You're walking aboard. You're kind of doing the balance beam on a little board on the ground. You might fall off. If you keep doing it, you're going to fall off. And all the time you're assessing how much damage are they going to take if they fall off. If it's a life-threatening thing, immediate interaction in prevention. Obviously, if it's serious damage, prevention. If they're going to fall into the wood chips and maybe get scared a little bit, you have to suck up the urge to call them and say, okay, if you fall, you're going to fall. And then they fall, and it hurts your heart, but you walk over and you go, okay, I told you. Are you okay? You're okay. We'll wipe some tears. Now, told you if you fell, if you did that, you could fall. Did you fall? Yeah. Did it hurt? Yeah. Did you learn something? Yeah. Let it be. And that's what we do. I will never scold my son for crying. I never have. I'll wipe his tears, clean the snot up. Talk about why. Maybe a lot of times it's a misunderstanding. This is different than some of the ways some of us were brought up. Grin and bear it. Grin and bear it crushes people. That is antithetical to what I'm about. I'm about building people up. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. I lost some comments because I was talking, so let's kick some comments through. So, pretty sure my best friend is scheming ways on how to try and get down here for my birthday, so me and him could do some stuff and make my birthday just another day. If today isn't better, I'll say it again. Tomorrow will be better. And if not, I'll say it again. Yep. And that's why I'm here. Glad to hear it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying. And then ask questions. Serious. If you don't know what you're doing, start listening and learning enough to formulate good questions and ask them. And any sincere question is not a bad question. There are no bad questions as long as they're sincere. If they're trap questions and people are being rude, I'll go, you're being rude with it. But that's different. You guys just keep trucking. See, I'm human. I'm not a cryptid. It's been proven. Am I right? My dragon agrees. Yeah, see? Totally normal humans. See? The dragon agrees emphatically. God says we live in a society that believes in only perfection. To heck with that. Failure happens. Learn and keep striding forward. And Alex says, I needed to hear this today. I'm glad to be of service. Nick just called me out. I'm in love. and that my love that I'm feeling with this person is way different than any I felt. It feels safe. It feels like home. Well, see where it goes. Be reasonably cautious, which is hard in the face of love, but hold out. Callie's decided it's lunchtime. Everyone, please have a great day. Hi and bye, Calvi Walvy. That's my best friend. He feels the same. We don't care what we are as long as we know there's love. Yep. Bye, Carl. Um, that's love is a beautiful thing. And tomorrow will be 21 years of me being married to my lovely wife. Uh, it's a big deal because I'm 42. So this year starts me officially having been married to her longer than I was alive without her. Now, we dated for a couple years. So, uh, so there's that. I've been with her longer than I've been alive, but we've been married longer than I've been alive, and I think that's wonderful. Thank you. Happy Annie. Thank you. Unfortunately, we talked about what to do, and that our decision, and she really enjoyed herself, and it was to go to work at Gaming Con. And the funny thing is, that might become our annual tradition now. Is well, that convention is a nice convention. It's around our anniversary, and we can get fun stuff there too. So we had a blast. I'll talk more about it when things are functioning better and more cohesive. Like I said, I'm fighting some extra bizarre, spicy technical issues, but it was a good time. And if you marry someone, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. It's a little off topic. Thank you. A lot of people talk love, and love is a great thing. I fell in love, frankly, hard and often through my youth. I was very good at falling in love. And that combined with my gift. And I have a gift that I can see the potential in people. And the problem is sometimes I see a person's potential so clearly that I don't see their current position. And that led me down some interesting roads of very painful lessons. But when you find the right person, it's different. When I tell the story a lot, but I'm going to tell it again. I had finally gotten called back by the folks who were doing the SCA on PNC. That would be Purdue North Central, my college campus, before it switched over names in Westville, Indiana. And months ago, I had seen some redhead built roughly like Jessica Rabbit at the time, sword fighting with a guy who looked like a werewolf. I'm not kidding. And I'm like, I want in on that. So I signed up, and they lost my paperwork for 6 months, something like that. But I got called. They said they'd be a club call out if I was still interested. Come this day to campus. And I walked in with my then buddy, who was staying with me because they had nowhere else to go. And there was this big long table in the middle of the cafeteria. I could still see it clearly. And said redhead that I had seen was there, but sitting next to her was this brunette. And I swear on all that is good and holy, it was like a gong went off in my mind. I've never felt anything even remotely like it. It was like the Lord grabbed me by the skull and went, "Notice this one right here." And I looked over at my buddy and I said, "Do you see that brunette over there?" He goes, "Yeah." I think I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her. I hope she's nice. And he looked at me. He got this funny look. He goes, the redhead's more your style, and she's more mine. And I looked at him. You can try. And I've never popped. I don't do macho. Macho obviously is I think, but it's like one of the few times in my life I've ever had that like swelling of I'm gonna be macho right now. Especially back then. Mad, bad, and dangerous to be around, sure, but like that sort of thing. And she quickly became the best friend I ever had. And we went out for a group thing for Halloween, and then I asked her out the next week. So that was November 7th. We went out. And because she knows my mind, we decided to get married on the day we started dating, so I'd only have one anniversary to keep track of. And guys, I literally have lost count how many jobs I've been through since I met Mandy. I mean, it's a staggering amount. I've been through surgeries. I've been through, I want to say 5 addresses. But, friends, she's been right through my side through it all. She is the rock my universe is built around. I could do what I do. I could get out here and do the show and take care of Xander and do everything. I couldn't hold the world together without that woman. She is everything. And there are folks who will come out and they'll say, oh, well, so and so's, they're pretty. And I'm going to be honest, pretty comes and goes. And it fades. I know a lot of people who frankly function like wilting roses, where over a time, all the pretty has fallen off and only the thorns remain. I look at my wife and she is more beautiful now than she was when I first saw her. And when I first saw her, she completely unmade my world. Nothing mattered like her. And people say love at first sight doesn't exist. And I'm not a shallow person. I'm not an aesthetics based person. But there, I saw something else there. And it rang, and it was just, maybe it was hormonal. I believe there's a lot of spiritual element, a lot of, dare I say, magical element to it. But just that resonance of that's the right person. So I think I'm going to end this. I'm going to read, then I'll read the rest of your comments. But especially since we just saw that Mike Jimmy Lorcher DeBron got married to Lowe's either today or yesterday. With the time change, I have a little trouble when it is. But they're just starting a road I've been walking for 21 years. And I'm going to walk for the rest of our combined lives. It can happen. I have a beautiful son. I have a house. I have dreams I can work on. Now, we had to work hard and we had to be dirt poor. I mean, our first year married, we cleared $3,000 taxable income. 3K. You want to talk tight. But we made it. We had support of some friends and good family, but we made it. While you're chasing your dreams doing what we do, my dear, dear creatives, don't be afraid to occasionally stop and look back and see how far you've come, how much you've gone through to get where you are. And when you see the bad times, instead of feeling the sting again, which you will to an extent, I'm not going to lie to you, let yourself feel the comfort in the scar because you earned it. The pride of having gone through things and enduring them because it matters. But I'm going to knock through the rest of the comments real quick, and then I might run another ad. I'm sorry I was low on ads. Just dealing with technical things today. I'll probably run some ads, and then we'll close out. Bye, Carl. Happy Annie. Thank you, Dawn. That's amazing, Nick. Thank you, Alec. Happy anniversary from Donna. Thank you. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've got the hours in. Kitty lunchtime. See everyone Wednesday. Can't wait. I was up till last night till 1 in the morning on the phone with my best friend, telling him over again it's not your fault, as he was in tears, blaming himself for many things that were not his fault. See you, Donna. I have a gut feeling my best friend's relationship, whatever it is going to last the rest of my life. I just feel it. I know so many young people can talk me down. I'm saying I'm young and I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. I've never felt this way for anyone, and I hugged him for the first time. Neither of us want to let go. Well, the only thing I can say to that, dear, is I hope that that's what you get. I think you of many people I know deserve that dream, and I believe everyone deserves both the option to chase their dreams of creation and progress and identity, and to chase their dreams of love. And with that, I'm going to run a couple ads for some good folks because, of course, I have to. And then we'll wrap up.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I am Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And folks, with that, I want to wish you guys all a wonderful evening, a wonderful day. Keep creating, keep drawing, keep making it, because when you do, you can always edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and so should you. I'll see you all Wednesday for another episode of Nevermind The Furthermore. And for the Historical Fencing Guild folks, I've got something in the works to make up for having to miss the Friday night stream. Trust me, it's going to be good. So stick around, like, share, and subscribe, and go out and support somebody who needs it. I love you guys. Toodles.